exactly equal to U incidentally. Okay? It's U plus the T's, the hybridization that pushes it out front. So it's in the order of 2. The same thing happens here also. Only thing here is, see, here it's again around 1.2 electron volts above. Here it is slightly more pushed out on this direction, but it has also weight coming up to here. So sort of weighted average is again somewhere here. And the other incoherent feature that you're seeing here corresponds to this. See, remember that this one is the weighted average of 2 Green's function, right? So this is the one side. The other side is this one. This one corresponds to that other side.
So the
For
other
it
side
has you hardly see.
larger
No, not larger. It's exactly the same U, but this one you do not see in the occupied part at all. So it's somewhere almost here. So it gets pushed out to about 6 electron volts. This one 5.5 electron volts. This is in the order of 6. Because this is affected more by the similar at these two cases. So it's in the order of. So the choice of U was fixed by what is reported already in the literature.
And I have another question. Do you have any other kind of effect on the core level spectroscopy? I mean the X-ray projection?
Yes, in the core level spectroscopy,
by the such a disorder.
you see spectral features. See, if you did not have disorder, this system, then you should get one single core level spectrum. And you get 2 distinct features. I think I've seen the thesis done, I've forgotten his name.
Haruyama.
Ah, exactly. I'm sorry, I forget the name. There are also lanthanum strontium titanate. In the core level, you see distinctly 2 features. For us, in strontium titanate doped with oxygen package, you saw 2 distinct features.
Is that also caused by the, you guess, is that also caused by the such a inhomogeneous effect?
It has to. Clearly, the system is not homogeneous, if you are getting me. It's not. I don't think it is a homogeneous model and screening leading to those 2 features. No. I'm more or less convinced of that.
The electron correlation is also important.
Electron correlation is important, otherwise you will not get these. And not only in this limit, remember one thing, though the theory you have given for the variation between D0 and D1, the theory is valid also between D1 and D2. And there you'll never get the physics right unless you have correlation, because then you are going to have correlation at both the sites. Here one of the sites is nearly uncorrelated, the other site is strongly correlated. The A site is strongly correlated, the B site is hardly not correlated at all because very small electrons. But when you are talking about yttrium calcium vanadate, for example, or lanthanum calcium vanadate, what experiments we have done, then you are changing between D1 and D2, and both the sites are correlated. So you cannot handle the problem without correlation. So correlation plays very important.
In this case, is it expected to see the logarithmic divergence in the transport properties at the low temperature? Because you use the impurity Anderson model, so the mass.
Well, I mean, we don't use the impurity Anderson model. It reduces to the induced impurity Anderson model, right? I mean, there's a difference between the. It's not that we use the impurity Anderson model. We start with the Hubbard model. That can be mapped onto an impurity Anderson model. And indeed, you do find these structures. Now, I was hoping to avoid the discussion. Let me quickly show you, to remind you what you are asking. Okay, let me. But I was hoping to show you some unbroadened spectrum, because you can see this contour resonance there. Once you broaden it, of course, you don't see that. But in the microscopic inhomogeneity picture, you see this sharp resonance. I have some figures on my table right here I can show you. And you are